오야. 에헤이. 아야! 올라가 올라가. 올라가라고! 몸에서 살이 나오겠다. 씨. 오오. 어디 씨.
Time to tango. Thanks for playing. Bye.
아이고 세게 하는데 진짜 탄 소모가 너무 심해. 씨. 피스톨. 이제 9세대 명기의 힘이다. 이씨. 와야씨. 이제 절 힘들게 한 대가 치르셔야죠. 마야씨 저 싸우러 온 거긴 한데 이제 무작정 죽이려고 온 게 아닙니다. 마야씨 마야씨가 자꾸 깡패처럼 무시면 제가 저도 깡패가 되는 수밖에 없는 거예요. 알았어요?
Well, what are you waiting for? Finish it.
죽이러 온 게 아니야.
You might not think so now, but it's likely to end up that way.
나도 깡패가 될 수밖에
How about I
없다고
make this
자꾸
real
이러시네.
simple for us both? I've got maybe a few weeks to live, and I ain't spending them behind bars. You want to put an end to me here and now? Then fine, get it over with. Life's kicked me around enough as it is. But if you want to let me die on my own terms, then leave me in peace.
제1부대에 정보를 입수할 때까지 돌아갈 생각은 없어.
Well, how about a test? Rangers are known to be handy with a gun. But here's a problem you'll have to solve with your brain instead. I've encrypted this slate. If you can crack it, you'll learn something useful. Now get out of here and leave me in peace.
암호화된 슬레이트. 널 죽일 생각은 없지만 아 그래 여기 온 김에 이거 입고 싶었는데 의사 유니폼. 안심하세요 여긴 병원입니다. 이미 다 부서졌는데 뭐 새삼스럽게. 아 나가야 돼 또 여기서. 아 씨, 나가는 길도 개빡 엄청 먼데. 하지만 우리 뿡뿡이와 함께라면 어떻게든 되지 않을까 싶지만 안 되는군.
Now that is a crystal with a capital C.
한 번에 올라가는 게 있을 텐데 이 게임 흐름상 특성상. 그렇지. 아 뭐야 저건 또. 아 설마. 어? 아 죽이고 싶어졌다. 죽이고 싶어졌는데 참겠어. 참아주겠어.
More this and less pew-pew.
엑시. 네, 안녕하세요.
Laura's already finished the pre-flight checklist. That's my girl.
릴린 왜 그래? 무섭게. 갑자기 부들부들거려. 빵이라도 뭐. 아, 빵도 먹, 빵 먹으려고 그래도 땅콩잼도 다 먹어가지고 땅콩잼 그거 이제 땅콩잼을 그래도 좀 건강 생각한다고 그 스키피 같은 거 말고 일반적인 거 말고 이제 그냥 땅콩만 갈아서 만들어도 땅콩잼이라고 하더라고. 땅콩 버터라고 하죠. 그냥 땅콩만 넣어가지고 만든 거 시켜갖고 뭐 빵에 발라 먹으려고 샀거든요. 2통 샀는데 조그만 걸로 이게 처음 몇 번은 괜찮았는데 이게 오래 두니까 땅콩만 있어서 유화제가 없어서 굳어. 그래가지고 빵이 안 발려. 그래서 그냥 한 숟갈씩 퍼먹었어. 퍼먹느라 다 먹었어. 빵에 한두 번 발라먹고 그냥 퍼먹었어 진짜. 그래가지고 막상 바르려니까 없다. 식빵 사가지고 바르려니까 그렇게 돼버렸네.
Hey there, deputy. Way I hear it, you've been keeping busy jumping from one side of the Freestar Collective to the other. How do you like the job so far?
세상에 공헌할 수 있어 기분이 좋다.
That's good to hear. So, what brings you by?
자, 또 가져왔어.
Well, well, what do we have here? Well, this is new. Very interesting indeed. I'll see what I can do. If you can get me another one of these, it'll give me more context for the encryption and should speed things up. In the meantime, you be careful out there, deputy. From what I've heard, these mercs mean business.
Just making my way.
자, 또 다음 도주. 이번에 이제 윌스카르텔의 간부 중 한 명인 또 이제 마야 말고 이제 마르코 그라치아니라는 인물. 폴리마 3로 가가지고 여기 또 30레벨 구성되네. 아 그래요? 약간 그런 느낌이었을 것 같아요. 어? 기억나. 초반에 야 그 크림슨 함대 망했어. 야 내가 작살냈어. 야 들어봐. 네 문제 해결할 수 있어. 아니 그 크림슨 함대가 망했다고. 대장부터 해가지고 싹 다 죽였다고. 내가 오히려 널 살려줄 꼴이라고. 너 거기 있었으면 나한테 갈렸다고. 또라이 아니야. 그 크림슨 함대 다 망했다고. 한 놈도 남김없이 내가 싹 다 조졌다고 임마. 그렇게 나오면 나도 별수 없지. 가라. 난 분명 기회를 줬던 거야. 아야야. 아이 끄지세요. 옛말에 이런 말이 이제 기랄조병이라고 뭔 말인지 모르겠는데 값인 데니까 잘 받아야지. 아닥하고 조용히 살았으면 그냥저냥 살았을 텐데. 가라. 조용히 할리에라고 온 사람한테 제 말이야. 자, 됐어. 아니 이거 말고 이 퀘스트하러 온 게 아니야. 이거 하러 왔지. 자, 착륙. 넌 아까 별로 안 건강해 보였어, 리나. 부들부들 거려가지고 깜짝 놀랐잖아. 레드만. 가을, 이번엔 가을양이 됐어. 맥밀란 씨가. 분명 이름이 잠깐만. 오텀 맥밀란 씨가 왜 가을 어텀이라서? 알았어, 우리 가을양, 가을군. 옛날에 꽃보다 남자의 가을양이 생각나는 거. 쏘겠는데? 이름이 스토커야? 어떻게 사람 이름이 스토커?
I was just going out for some fresh air. I even told the bartender. You can ask her yourself.
아, 이것도 퀘스트의 냄새가.
On a planet with no atmosphere.
That's enough, Stalker. Lower your weapon. We don't shoot guests over a misunderstanding. Sir, please return to your table. It's bad practice to leave our establishment without paying your bill first. If you need some fresh air, hey up, go outside and come back in and start a new check when you're ready.
I'm sorry, but I didn't think it would be a problem.
You were wrong. Dead wrong.
That's enough. I think the gentleman understands. Now let's all go back inside, shall we? And Stalker, you and I are going to talk about this later.
I can't wait. Unless you want to be on my bad side, you better back off.
Can you believe that? Like I'm gonna run off without paying. The hell kind of scum do they think I am?
May fortune smile on you today.
아니, 맥밀란 씨 여성이었구나. 가을양이었구나. 이름이 성이 맥밀란이라 가지고 뭔가 약간 남성스러운 인상을 받아서.
I hear Maze.
자, 잠깐 화장실 좀 갔다 올게요. 한번 쉬었다 하게요.
He's a legend. He's run the mile more than anyone alive.
Wait a minute. Judging by the wide-eyed and clueless look on your face, I'm guessing you're the new deputy. Wonderful. Well, your timing couldn't be worse. I've spent weeks trying to crack this smuggling ring, and I'm about to take a very important meeting.
마이크를 안 켜놨군.
I wouldn't take that personally. Probably just having a bad day.
Sam Coe.
자, 아무튼 계속해서
Never thought I'd
해봅시다.
see you again. Can't say I really want to, either. Not after you turned your back on the rest of us.
I did what I had to do, and I'm at peace with it. If you're gonna hold a grudge, that's your problem, not mine.
I wouldn't count on Sam here to have your back, Deputy. He's likely to disappear on you just when you need him the most. Anyway, like I was saying, I don't have the time to babysit a rookie. Yeah, well, you're here now, so we'll just have to make it work. I don't have time to catch you up, so you're gonna have to follow my lead. I'm about to meet with a contact who might be able to give me vital information about the smuggling ring. If you play your cards right and don't do anything stupid, she might be able to help you find Marco. If you're ready, my contact is here and waiting.
실수 100%할 것 같은데. 그래, 일단 만나러 가보자.
Follow me.
우리 가을씨 따라가야지.
Yes? What?
It's a pleasure to have you. You said you'd be alone.
Yeah, well, things
같은 명물란?
changed. Take a seat.
So you're working with Autumn, huh?
What's this I hear about you giving one of my crew a hard time, Reese? Since you quit running, I assumed you
Come on,
over that
sit.
whole-
Who are you?
Maybe I was wrong.
보좌관 에미야 히멘이라고.
Is that so?
The deputy here is interested in meeting Marco to talk about that mercenary company he's been funding. Since part of that money is coming from his smuggling operation, we're working together.
So you're investigating the first? Why?
그들이 왜 농부들의 땅을 빼앗으려 하는지 알고 싶어.
Seems like a strange thing for a mercenary company to be doing.
I guess an introduction is in order. Like Marco, Jade here is the head of a small smuggling cartel.
Gonna be consequences.
Difference is her crew stays out of Freestar Collective space, while Marco's group operates exclusively within it.
Except now he's looking to expand his operation. He started moving in on my territory.
그를 심판하고 싶다. 협조해줬으면
You'd
좋겠어.
rather go back
That's exactly what this meeting is about. Look, the bad news is Marco's incredibly paranoid. He never stays in one place for long. The good news is I know how to find him.
But you're not going to tell us yet because you want something.
I want the same thing you do. I want Marco out of the picture. But like I said, getting a meeting with him can be damn near impossible. One of the few people who can arrange such a meeting is right here at Red Mile.
May Divine. We've suspected for some time that Red Mile was a meeting place for smugglers. If she's in business with Marco, she won't give him up easily.
내가 제공할 수 있는 거 그녀가 원하는 것이 있을 것이다.
My thinking exactly. I can tell you right now what she's gonna want, because it's the same thing she always wants. She wants runners. It's how she makes most of her money. Of course, people that hard-blooded aren't easy to find.
Yeah, well, I'm not going out on the mile. That's a death sentence. There has to be another way.
You've been a ranger long enough that too many people know your face and your name. Runners attract a lot of attention. If someone recognizes you and tips off May, this whole thing is shot. You, on the other hand, are just a deputy. It's pretty unlikely that a lot of people know you.
주인공은 이제 얼굴이 안 알려
You don't have to
있어서
do
써먹을
this.
수 있다
We'll
이거지.
find another way to get to Marco.
시간이 없어. 일부대의 음모를 빨리 알아내야 다른 퀘스트 하지.
All right. It's your call to make.
Planned this out real good, didn't you, Jade? The Freestar Rangers do the dirty work.
해야 할 퀘스트가
You get rid
겁나
of a
많아.
rival.
Don't forget the part where the Freestar Rangers get to bring down a big-time criminal while your deputy friend here gets intel on the first. Seems to me like we're all getting something we want, thanks to my good planning.
If it's really as simple as asking May Divine for a meeting with Marco, then I guess that's all you need to do. We'll wait here for you. Try not to die. Will you?
You're really going to take on the mile, huh?
I hope Cora doesn't get too much underfoot.
I hope you're enjoying
메이 데뷔님이 아까 그분 아니야? 그 여성분? 잠깐만 미안해요. 나도 모르게 들어와 버렸네.
May runs a tight.
Ah, a new face. I wonder, is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile? Or simply one seeking a respite from the burdens of life? My name is May, and I'm the proprietor of this establishment, home of the famous Red Mile. I assume you're familiar. Well, of course you are. How could you miss hearing about the settled system's most exciting sporting event?
뭐 제때배가 때로 제 시간 안에 뭐 넘어가서 도착하는 뭐 그런 건가?
Soul have heard of the Red Mile. I'm happy to answer any other questions you might have. In the meantime, please enjoy our world's famous hospitality.
자, 마르코 그리아치나 치안을 만나고 싶어요. 당신이 그를 알고 있다고 들었어요.
That is true. But Mr. Graziani values his privacy. What is your business with him? Exactly.
고용하고 싶어서요.
It's no small favor that you're asking. But yes, I can arrange such a meeting. It's been too long since we've had proper entertainment. If you're willing,
참가하라 이건가?
are you prepared to run the Red Mile?
필요하다면 해야지.
Good. Once you've begun, I'll collect bets from our patrons who will place wagers on your survival.
반드시 살아서 돌아온다.
That's what every runner says.
뭐 일종의 달리면서
I wish I
서바이벌
shared
게임
your
하는 거야?
optimism. The mile's very real.
Now that we're clear on what's expected of you, are you ready to begin?
준비는 끝났다.
Come with me and I'll introduce you.
All the fun of me on just betting on whether people are going to survive. Yep, these people are total winners.
For one brave soul, the hour of fate. Yes! A runner has come to test the Red Mile! Now is your chance to get a good look at our fearless challenger as you contemplate your wagers. Do you see the fire in those eyes? What is that if not skill? I think you'll agree that we're in for quite a show! The rules are simple. Go through the door and take the elevator down to where the mile begins. Activate the beat.
알았어. 멀리 보는 탑까지 가야 된다 이거지.
At the base of the tower, you see.
내복의 힘을 보여주마.
Once you've done so, return here alive, and your run will be complete. Go now, runner, and see if you can survive the mile.
달려! 아주 기대되는구만. 어이?
Better we get it than someone else.
대체 뭐가 있길래? 좋아, 그렇다면 나는 달려! 가자! 야! 약발이 뭔지 보여주마. 달려! 야! 돌아가! 점프! 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 부스트 점프! 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 어느 세월에 이거 다쳐 잡고 있냐? 죽어라 뛰면 되지. 으이야. 다시 살려라. 점프. 아이고 느려지는 거 봐. 점프. 점프. 딱 프로스트 보충 뽑기 효과 끝내고 끝났네. 어떠냐?
Congratulations, runner. You have succeeded where most have failed. In fact, you seem none the worse for wear. Indeed you have, and in most impressive fashion. As promised, I'll set up your meeting with Marco. I'll dispatch a courier to let him know you're coming. Please take a moment to relax and enjoy our hospitality. I'll return shortly.
You must be tougher than you look.
You're back. Are you okay?
열심히 날아갔다 왔어. 문제 없었다.
Really? Either the Red Mile's reputation is exaggerated or you're just that good. Anyway, I'm relieved you made it through okay.
Why? Afraid you'd lose all that work you put into your smuggling investigation?
I wouldn't expect you to understand. All you see in people is what you can get from them. I'm glad, because that was an incredibly brave thing you did. And we need rangers with that kind of courage. Also, I owe you an apology. I was pretty awful to you at first. I'm sorry about that.
그런 말을 하는 것은 과거에 무슨 일이 있었기 때문일까?
How could you possibly... Maybe someday I can... But no. No. Now isn't the time. We need to focus on the task at hand. Once you're on your way, I'll return to the Rock and let the Marshal know what's going on. Come home safe, Deputy. That's an order.
You always were the soft one, little sister.
Oh, go to hell. Or at least make yourself useful and get us some drinks.
Kick
그래요.
back with a drink from the back. If you're looking to register, you'll need to speak to Mr. Body.
Time for me to keep my promise, runner? You can find Marco on Kodos aboard his ship. I'd
고도스?
advise you not to keep him waiting. He is not exactly
그
patient.
인내심을 다시 인내고 나발이고 없이 그냥 대가리를 따줄게.
Good. Travel safely, runner. Should you ever crave the challenge of the mile again, it will be here, waiting for you.
저건 또 뭐야? 배송용 박스가 여기 있어. 무신한 택배. 이런 거 근데 잘못 먹었다가 왠지 퀘스트에 꼭 깰 것 같은데. 그래도 먹겠지. 이게 코도스의 벤가. 네, 안녕하세요. 아니 그 누구였지? 마르코의 벤가. 아, 인물이 하도 많으니까 이름이 헷갈려.
Boss is in the back.
Marco's done well for himself. One might say too well. I mean, I would say that at least.
어이, 겁나 잘해놓고 산다.
Well, we have a room like this, just full of knock your socks off trophies. You know, really flaunt our success.
어이, 유리 열어!
Ah, the dulcet tones of classical piano.
아, 그래요? 그래도 곧 추석 얼마 안 남았으니까 뭐 파이팅입니다. 힘내시면 또 이제 며칠 또 쉬니까.
Welcome.
May's message didn't exactly make it clear why you wanted to meet with me. If you're looking for work, my organization is always in need of pilots and security personnel, willing to take risks.
일부대에 대해서 몇 가지 물어보러 왔습니다.
Ah, I see. You did well to find me. I'm not an easy man to locate. Though I suppose we
퀘스트에서
haven't
찾았지, 임마.
exactly been keeping a low profile lately. Given the nature of the contract, a degree of exposure was always a risk, but a calculated one. To be honest, I think the Major is all but spoiling for a confrontation with the Rangers. Still, I confess, I'm a little disappointed that the Marshal
나
sent the
정도면 정식
deputy
레인저보다
instead of
세,
a
임마. 걱정하지 마.
full-fledged Ranger. This deputy might just surprise you, Marco. And who might you be? The name's Sam Coe. A name well known across the Freestar Collective. It's an honor to welcome a descendant of the great Solomon Coe.
Yeah, well, that name probably means more to you than it does to me.
Your deputy friend here could have a bright future, assuming we all keep our heads.
제일 부대의 작전에 대한 자세한 내용을 알려줘. 고용주의 이름도.
I'm not sure you are grasping the situation here, Deputy. You are on my ship, outnumbered by my guards, who killed you without
아닐
hesitation.
텐데.
I'm a businessman. If you expect me to cooperate, I'm going to want something in return. I won't tell you everything. I do still have some loyalty to my unit. However, I can point you in the right direction. In exchange, I want the Rangers to let me operate with a free hand.
그것으로 충분하다.
Good. Then we are agreed.
I won't pretend that I agree with this, but it's your call.
It'd be a shame if an encrypted slate like this one somehow got into the wrong hands. Wouldn't it? Now, before you complain, remember that all I promised was to point you in the right direction. You're free to stay as long as you like. It's not often I get to entertain such a distinguished guest.
Any day you make it through is a victory in my book.
마르코의 카드키. 그래서 너의 카드키로 난 뭘 할 수 있지? 딱히 없군요.
Could always. Use some more of that.
어쨌든 잘 쓸게. 경고는 없니?
Feel free to tour the ship.
있니?
You make that look too damn easy.
꼭.
Appreciate the red mile, huh?
Got my eyes on you.
물질하고.
Better behave while you're in here.
You're lucky to get a meeting with Mark.
Here to join the first, best merc company there is.
솔직히 바른 말로 해서 내가 니들 살려주는 거야. 내가 맘 먹으면 니들 다 쓸어버릴 수도 있는데 귀찮아서 참는다. 알았어? 자, 다시 아킬라로.
Your ship's not half bad.
Welcome to the Rock. These Rangers are some hard.
Helga says I spend too much time at my terminal. He's probably right. Hey there, deputy.
자, 여기까지 나쁘지 않아.
Good. If you ask me, you're like an Ashta creeping. So.
자, 여기.
Come to. You go stalk your prey and.
The way you handle
파일럿 스킬 말고 뭐 또 하나 올리긴 해야 되는데 뭘 올리는 게 잘했다고 소문이 날까? 지금까지 그 과학은 하나도 안 찍었네. 응? 여기 아킬라잖아. 에이씨, 괜히 나왔어. 씨. 괜히 빠르게 있어.
Holy shit.
아, 네, 다녀오셨어요. 고생하셨습니다.
Bit up there, huh? Space.
아유, 회의실 어디야? 여기야? 이 정도면 나 정식 레인저로 승급시켜줘도 되지 않을까?
While you've been in the field, we've had more reports about farmers being
또?
threatened and attacked. Unfortunately, some didn't survive.
희생자도 끔찍한 이야기다.
It's worse. It's tragic. How's your investigation proceeding?
잘하고 있어. 알렉스가 암호를 해독하면 더 많은 것을 알 수 있다.
That's assuming he finds something useful. Otherwise, you'll be no better off than when you started.
Come on, Emma. You know as well as I do how tough this job is.
That's exactly my point. When it comes to deciding who earns a Ranger's badge, I will not compromise.
Let's move on. I asked the other Rangers to share their opinions of you. And there are some things I want to go over. We'll start with Ranger Callow in Hopetown. She was grateful for your timely arrival, and impressed you had the guts to take on those pirates. Nia says you were respectful with Ron Hope and didn't push too hard. That shows me you were listening when I said to go easy on him.
론오프도 그가 이룬 업적에 대해 존경한다.
I can understand that. He can be uncompromising, but he looks after his people.
Let's continue. We've got a detailed report from Ranger Price about your recent visit to Neon. He said you met an informant who asked for your help, but you talked him out of it.
남의 일에 끼어들고 싶진 않았지만
Helping people with their problems is what we do. That doesn't stop because you're on an
아,
investigation.
그러면 시간 퀘스트에 들어가는 시간이 늘어나잖아요.
Price
그것 때문에 그런 거 아니에요.
Said you really took the initiative.
Ranger Macmillan praised what she called your uncommon bravery and dedication. She said you took on the Red Mile so you could get a meeting with Marco Graziani.
고통받는 사람들 가만히 두고 볼 순 없었지.
Sounds like you're starting to understand what it means to be a Freestar Ranger.
이런.
So what happened with Marco? I doubt he gave you that slate out of the kindness of his heart.
뭐 감옥으로 돌아가고 싶진 않았던 것 같아.
Makes sense. I reckon he figures he spent enough time there already. What about Maya Cruz? Her loyalty to Hull and the 1st Cavalry was stronger than most.
더 이상 오래 걸리지 않았기 때문에 결판을 짓고 싶었던 것 같아.
I guess I'd want the same thing if I were in her place.
Excuse me, Marshal?
Not now, Alex. We're in a meeting here.
I know, but this is important. I've done it. I've cracked the encryption on the slates. Now, I don't know exactly where the First are headquartered, but there are references to a place called the Factory.
The Factory? That was our nickname for the main facility where the mechs were manufactured.
Under the terms of the peace treaty, they shut all the mech factories down right after the war.
But they didn't destroy them. At least not all of them.
일단 가서 알아볼게.
The
방해된
facility was
시스템
on
다
our
죽이고,
tourist too.
다 혼내주고.
It could be a dead end,
부드럽게
but it's not.
말해야지. 어차피 결과는
We'd better be
똑같겠지만.
ready for a fight.
If you have questions before you head out, ask the Marshal.
자, 악투러스트로. 점프.
Nothing personal, but I'm taking you out.
어허.
Have you ever tried a bear?
너만 미사였으니 하나로 쓴다. 또 와? 빡치게 씨. 정력. 자, 이제 이 버려진 것도 한번 조사를 해봐야지. 그렇지.
I set up an outpost on an island like this once.
팍슨 할.
I'll give credit where it's due. You're a hell of a pilot. If you came here seeking justice, it's waiting for you inside.
팍슨 할과 대결하라. Where's the 팍슨 할? 빵야 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 빵빵빵빵빵빵빵빵 빵야. 빵빵빵빵빵빵빵빵빵이야 빵이 빠빠빠빵이야. 이 총 무서운 게 진짜 9세대 총이잖아. 9시대 총이잖아. 그냥 식물 피스톨이야. 레이저 무기 뭐 아무것도 아니고. 열쇠 없어? 없어.
I'm a man of action. I've got no use for lies. So when I tell you that you're being manipulated, you know I'm telling the truth. You think the Council of Governors
빵빵빵빵빵이야. 빵빵빵빵빵이야.
corrupt? You're
To the victor goes the spoils. I said that right, bro.
아.
I followed orders, and I led good men and women to their deaths. I'll carry the stain of that dishonor to my grave.
빵야 빵야 빵야. 리볼버. 6발 레이저 리볼버. 무기는 겁내 멋진데 전설이 아니라.
Time's coming up.
되나?
Not my day.
안 보인다. 안 보여! 이! 이렇게 하고 있어.
It's not me, Doc.
지갑 뭐 로봇이라도 타고 다녀야 되는데 되지 않을까 싶은데 굉장히 로봇이라도.
At the Battle of Mira, the first cavalry was destroyed. Why? Because the generals got scared.
겁에 질려서가 아니라 그냥 휴전할 만하니까 한 거 아니야?
I've got no sympathy for
더 이상 피해 안
cowards
늘리려고.
or for the people who put them in power.
자세한 얘기는 뭐
I've also got no sympathy for those who do their bidding. I think you.
뭐 사람마다 달라가지고 다 자기 시점에 따라 말하는 거 아니야? 전설 랩생크. 아주 핫하구만. 스토리 마스터! 아 제발 마스터 진짜. 아 진짜 싫다. 그냥 다른 학식은 다 참을만 한데 진짜 마스터 등급은 진짜 너무 싫어. 다른 건 다 참아도 진짜 이건 참기 힘들다 진짜. 아마 같은 악마의 자식들아. 미스품 별거 없어요. 네. 예로부터 별거 없었어. 하는 만에 너무 약해.
Better we get it than someone else.
자, 유닉 시동. 아군 로봇 발진. 진통 패스. 누가 쏘냐?
This feels like old times.
오이 오이. 그럼 안 되지. 아유 씨, 빅사리가. 오우씨, 중화기 아팠다. rop시네. 아, 빨리 튀어나와. 아니 부하들 다 뒤져간다 이 새끼야. 그동안 휴전명령 타령은 몇 번이라는 거야. 아니 그럼 군단을 사칭하지 말든가 나와서 따로 만들어서 새 세력을 만들든가. 새로 새 그거 새로 만들긴 싫고.
seriously handy with those locks.
성공 특수한 걸렸는데. 그래 먼저 팔아 먹어야지. 너만 그거 쓰냐? 나도 써, 이 새끼야. 대가리 똑 가자. 이 양파는 안 돼.
Get your blood pumping, huh?
이젠 양파는 난 이름만 들어도 가려운 것 같아. 그 정도 급이 돼버렸어. 어허! 어허! 흥겼구만. 옛말에 못생긴 것들은 얼굴만 봐도 흥겼다는 말이 있지. 약간 그 느낌이야. 왜 안 죽었어, 임마? 야, 우리 박슨하워가 대화를 해볼 차례네요.
I can't believe it. You just took on some of the best mercenaries in the Freestar Collective and
최강의 용병은 기어접한 새끼들이.
we'd have had more like you in the war, we could have planted our flag in New Atlantis.
아무도 다치가고 싶지 않았지만 자기 방어가 필요했어.
You fought because you had to, and you fought well. Don't apologize for that. More importantly, you survived. Most soldiers don't. I know, because I'm the one who led them to their death. You don't know what it's like to look around and see the faces of warriors who trusted you to lead them as they die screaming. I watched brave men and women torn limb from limb by monsters. I saw mech pilots cooked alive in their cockpits as their machines burned. Those deaths didn't have to be meaningless, but
아니 그것 때문에 PTSD가 있는 건 이해를 하겠는데 그래도 막 그러면 안 되지.
I've heard stories about the Battle of Nira. Can't imagine what it was like to see the horrors you've seen.
You pity me? Is that it?
선량한 농장 사람들 죽게 만들고.
You haven't earned the right to pity me.
누가 제1부대1을 이용해 농지를 빼앗고 있는가? 그 이유는?
You really want to know? Because you might not like the answer. Last chance, deputy. You can walk away right now and remain blissfully ignorant, thinking you fight for a noble cause. But if you still want the truth,
아 진실 알고 싶으니까 빨리 말하라고. 뒤지기 싫으면.
Right now.
무슨 말 하든 난 준비가 돼 있어.
We'll see about that. Not long after I started the first, I was contacted by a man who said he represented someone wealthy and influential. I refused to work for a shadow client, so we agreed to set up a meeting. Imagine my surprise when Ron Hope showed up. He offered me a lucrative contract to take possession of certain farms throughout Freestar space.
Ron Hope? But he's on the Council of Governors.
거기 호프테크 사장이잖아. 그리고 당신은 그 계약을 받아들였다는 거군.
Sure I did. The money was good, but the payback was the real reward.
나름 반전이 있네 팩션에.
Make some credits and eventually expose a member of the
지 혼자 다 잊혀먹었다는 거잖아.
That, my friend, is my definition of justice.
데려가겠어.
Don't bother.
He should face justice, but I'm not sure he's gonna come quietly.
I'm gonna make this easy for you, deputy. I'm gonna die the way I lived. Weapon in hand, no compromise, no fear. But first, here, take this. Use it to cut out the weakness rotting at the heart of the Freestar Collective. When the next war comes, and it will come, the Collective needs to be strong. Now my unit's waiting for me, and I'm gonna report for duty one last time. Goodbye, deputy.
야, 니가 세마, 니가 막타를 넣으면.
Take the good stuff. Leave the rest.
이런 눈치 없는 녀석 같은. 아무튼 이제 론호프가 나쁜 녀석이었다는 그런 이야기였네요. 어찌됐든 용서할 수 없는 짓을 하는 거고. 부식 브리더.
If I may. Ka-ching.
자, 그럼 이제 호프타운으로 가서 이거 못 가는 거 보니까 나갈 때 또 우주선 타고 갈 때 또 뭐 있나 본데. 접작 그 잠입 암살자가 온다거나. 그런 느낌이죠. 제발 우주선 2대만 와봐. 나 곧 B등급 우주선 살 수 있다고. 좀만 더 하면 B등급 우주선.
Do you need me for something?
아야 나가지. 야야야야. 이리오. 자, 호프타운. 뭐 어차피 그때쯤 되면 우리 다 썩어 없어질 텐데 뭐. 근데 약간 이 우주가 이렇게 사이버펑크스럽진 않았으면 좋겠어.
Nothing was here until we're on home.
뭐 죽기 전에 이제 뭐 노아 역행 뭐 이딴 거 나와가지고 인류 수명이 혁신적으로 늘지 않는 이상 어차피 2200년 되면 난 없을 텐데.
Folks from all over.
Keep an eye on your valuables.
설사 그런 기술이 나오더라도 아마 초기에는 일부 부자들만 그걸 용이할 수 있을 테니까.
Oh, hello.
그 정도의
Someone worth paying attention to.
그 정도의 잠깐만 그랩 드라이브 리커버리 메뉴. 에이 뭐야 쓰레기잖아. 그 정도의 부자가 되지 않는 이상 힘들 거고. 이 사장님 어디 갔어요? 갑자기 로봇 새끼들 단체로 공격해오는 거 아니야?
That's very generous, Mr. Hope.
It's well earned, Bert. We set some ambitious quotas.
자,
You met everyone.
너의 죄를 지금 달게 받아라. 론 호프.
Well, I won't pretend it was easy, but everyone pulled together and we got it done.
I'll let you share the good news.
Well, I won't pretend it was easy, but everyone pulled together and we got it done.
Good to see you again. Well, I've just received a report from the Marshal about your progress. He said you had a promising lead on the mercenaries who stole my ship. I trust you're here with good news.
그러다 재미있는 사실을 알게 되었죠.
Did you now? Well, don't keep me in suspense.
힉스날이 농장을 장악하게 만든 장본인이라는 말을 들었어요.
The disgraced war hero who went to prison and you actually believed him?
자, 제1군을 고용해 그 농장을 점거한 증거가 있어.
Two-faced bastard kept the slate. Oh, I suppose this is his revenge against the Council of Governors for what happened during the war. I'm impressed, Deputy. It's clear you have a bright future ahead of you.
What's going on? What is this about, Mr. Hope?
Nothing that concerns you, Birgit. In fact, why don't you make yourself scarce?
I think I'd like to hear what the deputy has to say.
모든 것을 말해줘.
The cards are on the table. So why not? The truth is, we've been falling behind the competition. Significantly so.
그 해결책을 이렇게 이러면 안 되지.
A few years ago, I began to diversify. We started to research chemicals, fuel, those sort of things. We developed an experimental fertilizer. And it failed utterly. It wiped out entire crops. I was prepared to write the whole thing off when we made a discovery that changed everything. Turns out, our fertilizer was transforming the soil, bolstering its mineral content tenfold.
계속 이야기해봐. 제가 아무것도 모르는 농부들을 이용해 토양을 변화시켰다고?
Mining is expensive, and so is the cost of raw materials. My mineral enriching fertilizer solves several problems.
네, 그럼 이제 미네랄 때문에 농장이 망하는 거 아니야?
Farmers provide free manual labor, and once the land is ready, we move in to extract and process the soil.
You tricked them into poisoning their own land for your benefit.
I have a business to run. I can't afford to spend a credit more than I absolutely have to, Mr. Coe.
제1부대를 이용해 농지를 빼앗고 작전을 은폐하려 했다.
I never intended for anyone to be hurt. I told Hull to buy the land, not take it by force. Unfortunately, farmers can be stubborn folk. And I couldn't risk any witnesses.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. How could you do something so awful to innocent people, to families?
Not another word out of you, Birgit. I can take your job. And more. We'll discuss this later. In any case, I suppose the gig is up. I give you my word that I'll call off the operation and return the land to its rightful owners.
이것으로 작전은 끝났다.
Like I said, I give you my word. Besides, the work was just about done. With that resolved, let's talk about you. As a member of the Council of Governors, I'm authorized to award you a substantial bonus. And of course, we'll both agree to forget about my little cost-cutting endeavor.
그게 되겠니? 자수해라. 동맹 보안관에게 모든 걸 말해.
Well, let's not be too hasty, Deputy. There's something else you need to consider. I'll do what's necessary to protect my company and my employees. If you tell anyone about this, you're risking their livelihoods. Do you really want to put all these people out of work and make their families suffer?
개뻔뻔한데? 누군가를 괴롭히고 싶은 게 아니라 정의를 추구하고 있다. 그리고 남 탓하지 마.
Well, I'm afraid there's no avoiding it. The past can't be changed, but the future is very much in your hands, Deputy. You put me away, and this company will fall apart. You'll have destroyed far more lives than I did. I'll make myself very plain. I won't let you jeopardize my reputation, this company, or the people who work for me. If that means you suffer an unfortunate incident at the hands of my security personnel, so be it. I'm important. You're nothing.
You're not actually threatening to attack a Freestar Ranger, are you?
Careful. I think he means business.
뇌물이나 협박은 통하지 않는다.
Such a shame to see a promising career cut so tragically short.
무기 총알을 다 훔쳐가지고 이제 무기도 없어. 아 그래도
Said that right.
어디까지 도망가니? 적당히 하셨어야지.
He tried to have you killed. I don't understand. Mr. Hope always seemed like such a good person.
그 나름대로의 정의에 먹힌 거지.
Hiring those mercenaries? So awful.
그는 자신에게 충실한 자에게만 관심이 있었을 뿐이야.
The first part is true. He always looked out for us, for his employees.
그렇다면 그의 그런 면을 기억해두면 돼.
I know what I just heard and saw, but he was a friend. No. He was more like a father. And now he's... you.
아니 그걸 따라오라 하는데 안 따라오는 걸 어떡하냐. 죽이고 싶지 않았어.
Nobody should ever want that. Especially when it means killing someone who meant so much to so many people. What happens to us now?
부사장 같은 사람이 있겠지.
That would be Elana Nwankwo. She seems pretty capable. Maybe we'll be okay after all. I guess we'll have to figure things out. Find a path forward.
There's a lot of smart, hard-working people here. You'll figure it out.
자, 돌아갑시다, 기다려.
Home sweet home.
어우, 진흙바닥을 맨발로. 하지만 침대에 신발 신고 눕는 것보다 나아 보이는 건.
Good to see you.
Join us, Deputy.
Good to see you back safe, Deputy. What's the word on the mech factory? Were the mercenaries hiding out there?
그들이 거점이었다. 대처했다.
Damn, you've got guts of steel. Did you find out why the first was taking over farms?
론호프가 제1군을 고용해 농지를 빼앗고 있었어요.
What? Ron Hope? That's one hell of an accusation, Deputy.
Are you really that surprised? Hope's always had a reputation as a man who'd do anything to succeed.
He's on the damn council, Emma.
So he can make laws favorable to his business interests. Sure, he's known to look after his people, but do you really think he gives a damn about some farmers on Montara Luna?
Did Hope explain his motives at all?
그는 농부들에게 실험용 비료를 제공했어요. 토양의 미네랄은 증가시키지만 농작물은 정렬하게.
That has a familiar ring to it.
I recall hearing about some Hope Tech initiative to help farmers. At the time, I just figured it was a PR stunt. Seems a little more sinister now.
Please, tell me you've got some evidence to back up these extraordinary claims.
우프가 박슨에게 보낸 지시사항이야.
All right, let's see what you've got. Interesting. Yeah, this is pretty damning. Especially this last bit about destroying the slate. And you confronted Hope about this?
부하들과 함께 습격이었다. 녀석은 싸워서 죽었다.
Damn. This is going to send shockwaves throughout the Free Star Collective. If the people can't trust their leaders, anarchy could follow.
Have a little faith, Daniel. We're not the United Colonies. One bad apple won't spoil the whole damn barrel.
Easy for you to say. You ain't the marshal.
Not yet, but you ain't gonna live forever, old man.
While we've got you here, there's one last piece of business to take care of. Emma, would you please?
With pleasure, Marshal. When you first joined us, I told you that you'd undergo an evaluation process. There's one thing left to do. A simple question. Do you feel ready to wear the badge of a full-fledged freestyle?
나 배지 있잖아 이미 부자관인데. 아 근데 이제 정식으로 영광이다. 무슨 이제 보이스카우트 배지 달아주는 느낌이구만. 하지만 잼버리는 데리고 가지 말아줘.
Marshal, I
부탁이야.
approve the deputy for advancement to the rank of ranger.
Thank you, Ranger Wilcox. In your
자, 이제
time
난
serving
레인저
as a
에이미야다.
deputy, you've shown exceptional courage, fearless tenacity, and a high regard for the safety of our citizens. By the authority granted to me by the Council of Governors, I hereby promote you to the rank of Ranger. Here's your badge. Wear it with pride. But don't forget the solemn responsibility it represents.
Congratulations. You truly deserve it.
레인저에 걸맞은 행동을 한다.
I know you will, Ranger.
마참네.
Let's hear it for our new Ranger.
Well done.
이놈의 허접한 박수는 진짜. 자, 한 명의 자유왕성 레인저가 되었으며 스타이글 그 우주선이 주어진다. 등록비는 무료입니다.
Congratulations.
빰 빠빠빠밤 빠라바밤. 걔 쓰레기 같군. 아, 쓰레기는 아닌데 아무튼 뭐 좋지도 않군. 저스티스 파이어.
Promotions well earned.
Pull up a
Work
seat,
hard,
friend.
play.
자, 일단 장례식 치르러 갈까? 겸사겸사 아이템도 좀 넣고.
Would you look at that? This place is something else.
매러 죽었어요. 저 같은 경우는 제
How
선택
much Walter
때문에.
pays in property tax on this
안
man?
그랬으면 샘쿠가 죽었을 거라. 베러시가 죽었어. 수다리도 아니고. 자, 아무튼 퀘스트를 위해 5일을 보내보자. 어쨌든 까면 까야 되는 거 아니겠어. 우메. 장례식이 시작될 때까지 기다린다. 장례식에 불참이라니 그런 일은 있을 수 없어. 너무 쓰레기 같잖아. 자, 이제 그를 추모하기 위한 복장으로 갈아입자.
Is no stranger to loss. Our own founder left on an expedition and never returned. It is easy to talk about the glory and excitement of breaching into the unknown, of lighting the darkness. But it is harder to stare into the face of the cost. That all of our progress is built on top of the lives of those who dared. And that we owe them the courage to continue our work in their memory.
Thank you, Sarah. If anyone else would like to say a few words.
슬픈 일입니다. 안녕하세요, 여러분. 베렛은 내 친구였어요. 그를 구할 수 있었는데 내가 대신 죽었어야 하는 건 아니지만 아무튼 너무 슬픈 일입니다. 그를 잊을 수 있지만 사실 없지만 있는 것 같지만 없지만 그러면서도 있을 것 같지만 그를 잊을 수 없을 겁니다.
Thank you. If anyone else wants to say something.
Hey, how are you holding up?
뭐 그럭저럭 잘 지냈어. 괜찮아, 고마워요.
Just don't forget to take time for yourself, okay? Plenty of rooms if you need to sit down and be alone for a while. We'll get through this. It might feel like everything's falling apart, but that's why we need to stick together.
고마워요, 사라.
Anytime.
We'll chat for a bit. Normally, I hate talking to people at funerals.
기억할게. 아마도. 그래요, 이야기하자.
You don't believe in the afterlife, do you? I mean, this might be the worst time to bring it up, but
I would come up with something to say, but I've
모르겠다. 가보면 알 수 있겠지.
got
yes.
사후세계란 게 그런 거 아니겠어요?
Instead,
Well,
I thought I would quote
I've
something
taken up enough of your time.
a long time ago. Is
우리가
God
어찌할 수 없는
real?
거 아니겠어?
Everyone is in mourning.
The more proper question would be
I understand,
divine.
but I cannot quite share in their
Existence
emotion.
itself is a mystery which
모두들
yearns
충격을
to be
받고 있어.
uncovered.
뭐 그게 정상이고.
What is goodness
I
in
have seen death.
comparison to the
I have
good?
lost people I
What
considered
is
close.
existence but a participation
But this
in
is...
being? For where the
It is not the same.
언젠가
I
먼
cannot
훗날
explain why. I am not sure I am making
사후세계가
sense.
있다면 그때는
so
꼭
pure
웃으며 만날 수
that
있게.
it may only be understood as
Thank you.
primordial and even divine. Our
I don't
estimate
believe we've met. Ajay Mamasa, former chair of Constellation. I wish the circumstances of my visit were better.
와줘서
are in
고마워요.
fact so far
Unfortunately,
beyond our understanding.
this isn't the first Constellation funeral I've been to. After 35 years, you say goodbye to a lot of friends. I hope you don't mind me saying, but I feel numb just thinking about it.
That speak to me the most.
I was the one who invited Barrett to join. Ah, he was so brilliant. Even if the rest of us couldn't always keep up.
사라의
Does
전
anyone
의장이요.
else want to say anything?
Oh, yes. I was Sebastian Banks's protege. If that gives you any idea of how long I was part of our little club.
사라의 당시 베러스는 어땠나요? 잠깐만.
Knew him, argued with him, tried to carry on his memory when he vanished. Sebastian will be back tomorrow, we always used to say. It reminded us that he was still here, in the bones of this old building.
I hope this is all okay. Between fixing things up and sending out messengers and getting all the paperwork done. It's not much.
괜찮아, 노엘 고마워.
Good. Good. Sorry, if I talk any longer, I'm gonna start crying. Could you excuse me?
I don't often speak about what I believe in. It seems so redundant.
It almost feels...
But death
It's just easier
is one of those
if you'll excuse me.
occasions where it's hard not to look inward. Our friend.
너무 많은데.
I am told these type.
그건 그래 봤어.
I appreciate you verifying my analysis, although I am certain my thanks will do little to improve your current psychological trauma. If you would like, though, I can add some consoling language to my programming.
넣어주세요.
It will take some
물론.
time to adapt, but it will be okay. How was that?
신기하게 도움이 된다.
I will note that feedback for later.
Just take responsibility for it.
Part of the House of Enlightenment.
Drink?
한 잔
To
부어줘요.
old friends. May their go.
오랜 친구에게.
Aye.
Is it quiet?
조용해졌다.
Death is a bet. You know, there's an old accused. One of them takes ill. I'd rather be a ghost. Sad story.
그래 쌤.
You look after yourself.
비켜
You got
쌤.
time for a quick chat? I'd appreciate it when you're able.
고라.
Hi.
안녕.
So many people here. So many people saying
개인적으로 근데
아.
게임에서 장례식에 제일 인상 깊었던 건 위쳐 3 같아. 아 많은 사람들이 있다.
Is this supposed to make everything okay? Make everyone feel better?
누군가를 잃었다. 모이는 것은 자연스러운 일이야.
It's just
나도 죽을 때 누가 이렇게 혹시
It
나중에
doesn't
죽게 되면
change
누군가
anything.
이렇게 해줄라.
does it?
그러기엔 친구가 너무 없어가지고. 혼자가 아니야 콜라. 다들 격려해주고 싶어서 여기 있는 거야.
I just feel like I want to be a million light years away from everyone. I want to be alone for a while, okay?
안녕 베런. 또 만나요. 약속해요. 별빛 아래에서 만나요. 팬티 바람으로 만나요 우리. 아 그러면 좀 장르가 달라지는데. 옷 다 챙겨 입고 만나요. 슬픈 일입니다. 자, 그래서 메인 스토리 한번 또 진행해 볼까요? 발굴 노바갤럭티 연구소. 자, 이 연구 시설을 한번 조사해 봅시다. 조사라고 했으니까. 아우. 아우. 달기지 열쇠가 없어. 어쩌라고. 열렸네. 아, 열린 게 이렇게 텍스트로 나온 거였구나.
Nova Galactic Project Log, Principal Engineer Lang Shu. I admit, this is not the most disciplined team I've ever run. Malcolm keeps stealing computational time on Voltaire and thinks I don't know this. And Sabina's been distracted lately, but won't tell anyone why. I really should demand answers from both of them. But honestly, I'm too preoccupied with this contract. We all are. Despite anything going on in our personal lives, there's something special about what we're building here.
뭐가 특별한데?
You ever get jealous? You know, the crew in the shipyard? Building the actual vessels that are gonna travel the stars?
We're literally on a base on the moon.
Oh, come on. Okay, confession time. Being single on a moon base is the worst. I only get like an hour to use the communication link to Earth every couple of days. And let me tell you, there's long distance dating, and then there's like long distance dating, you know? Oh, hey there, I'm a scientist, steadily employed, willing to take you out for coffee in like 6 months when I'm back from space. It's not a great opening line.
You serious?
Nova Galactic Project Log, Principal Engineer Lang Shu. Voltaire is being reconfigured for this new initiative. The math we're being asked to crunch is ambitious, even for a supercomputer.
Voltaire really is something else. A supercomputer so powerful, they put it on the damn moon to keep it cool. Although by that logic, they should be running it purely in the vacuum of space. But hey, good marketing material. I've been spending some off hours running some dumb simulations, just because I can. My favorite so far is simulating the sound of every duck on Earth quacking after receiving a piece of bread. You didn't know you wanted a real-time sim of feeding all the ducks, but now you have it. You're welcome, humanity.
히트맨 개조 드럼 비트.
When I accepted the assignment up here, we were told to bring a couple of personal items. Some psychological studies said it helped when you're away from Earth this long. I brought my grandmother's old abacus. I would play with it on her lap, and she'd teach me the Russian for all the numbers.
볼테르. 프리즘 계획을 위해 제공된 극비 슈퍼컴퓨터. 프리즘 계획의 시작. 옥상에 기록이 있다고.
3 months, so I won't be able to go to the funeral. Goodbye, Babushka. Thank you for teaching me that. It brought me to the moon.
Engine spin-up time almost complete. Total time 5 minutes 22 seconds. Right on schedule.
How are the helium-3 valves holding, Nova?
We double-checked the leakage concerns this morning before the launch.
근데 헬륨이 그렇게 넉넉한 자원 아니지 않나? 헬륨 3는 또 다른가? 정해져 있다며. 그리고 이제 그거 한다며. 계속 이제 지구에서 날아가가지고.
One miracle of science at a time, Canaveral. Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Canaveral. Are you reading?
All clear, Nova. Indicators look good. The ship should be cruising Jupiter's orbit right now. Visual confirmation will be possible in 32 minutes. Afraid the speed of light is on the slow side these days.
How does it feel to break the laws of physics, Canaveral?
We're all pretty excited down here in NASA, I won't lie.
Excited
이 정도로
enough to tell me
날아가면
where you got the original data?
Not in a million years.
우주까지 점프할 수 있겠는데 이 상태로. 이 나사에 가야 돼? 내도로에서 이 별 탈출할 수 있겠다. 달 탈출할 수 있겠어. 아 근데 그러고 싶진 않다. 자, 나사로 지구로 이제 지구로 간다. 무언가 밝혀지겠지 또 새롭게.
Nice to see you.
가자 네사로. 지구로 간다. 오, 우주발사대. 이 세계관에서도 지구가 중력이 거의 사라져가지고 자기장이 거의 중력이 없어서 다 망했다는. 안으로 그냥 부수고 벽 하나 부수고 들어가면 안 되냐? 나사 발사대. 들여보내줘요. 비상용 파워셀. 왠지 이걸로 뭐 엘리베이터든 뭐든 붙고 전원을 붙고 해서 올라가야 될 것 같은 느낌이 팍 드는데. 왜냐, 이 비슷한 걸 아까 저는 예전에 초반에도 메인 퀘스트로 사이드였나 아무튼 했으니까. 뭐가 됐든 필요하겠지. 아닌가? 오오오, 떨어지면 그대로. 전원! 내 일할 줄 알았다. 오, 정말 오래된 시설이구만. 아무튼 내일은 또 상황 봐서 신작 이것저것 나오는 것 같으니까 그걸 하든가 할게요. 네, 봐야 알겠지만 오늘 원래 딴 게임을 할까 하다가 일단 이것 좀 네, 하는 거라서.
Station log. Dr. Judith Tatian. The recent delivery from
화성
our station
표본.
log. Dr. Judith Tatian. I've been trying to get to the station log. Dr. Judith Tatian.
자기와 관련된 내용.
Never been so nervous since I station log.
저 화성에서 불온한 물건이 도착했다. 암석 샘플이나 미생물 화성일인 줄 알았는데 대신 빅터 아이자 박사가 2명의 군인들을 데려왔다. 그들이 무엇을 가져왔는지는 밝혀지지 않았다. 이런 물리학자가 화성의 샘플을 가져와서 뭘 어쩌겠다는 거야.
What could a theoretical physicist need with a sample from Mars?
화성에서 설마 마커? 마커라도 갖고 왔냐? 데드 스페이스에서도 아마 화성에서 마커 파내가지고 그 사단이 났었는데 아마 유니톨로지 발생하고 나오고 그 지랄 인병을 떨었던 것 같은데. 그런 건 아니겠죠. 오우씨, 박물관이다. 여기 박물관이네. 열린단다.
I just don't understand where these calculations came from.
There's something wrong with the
최초의
math.
그랍 드라이브 시제품.
I think it's quite straightforward.
That's not what I'm asking. We've had no success extracting even a sample of material from the object. No explanation for the gravitational effects. No motion graph to explain its harmonic frequencies. I can't even establish a melting point.
Judith.
But you had me building these prototype colliders for months. And now you want me to pump helium-3 into it based on this equation you've written on a goddamn napkin?
I just need you to trust me.
I have been trusting you. We keep slamming our heads against a brick wall, getting nothing. And you keep coming up with something new to try. Like, you know what's going to happen. Where are you getting your information, Victor?
I'm sorry, Judith. Look, not here, okay? Somewhere off base. I'll tell you everything. But I'm not lying, okay? We're going to discover something important here.
빅터 박스가 뭔가 비전을 본 것 같은데. 그렇게 해석해야겠지. 이 막혔는데 어떻게 들어가냐? 오. 나사 유지 보수기. 이상용 파워스틱 BGP. 파워셀 너무 많이 주는 거 아니야? 내가 너무 많이 먹는 건가? 필요 이상은. 오늘 피스톨 이미 있는데. 같은 게 하나 더 생겨버려. 아이고. 아유, 웬 로봇이. 46레벨? 아무래도 너무 레벨이 높은 거 아니야? 그 탄도 안 주면서. 이렇게 우려먹네. 이미 다 부쉈는데 뭐 이게 무슨 의미가 있냐 이제 와가지고. 별론가 보죠. 자기들 나름대로 마케팅이나 뭐 한글화 해줘야 되는 그 부서에서 별로 한글화에 대한 의지가 없나 보지. 별로 돈이 안 될 것 같나 보죠. 그래도 어쨌든 팬들인 유저들이 어떻게든 멱살 잡고 끌어올리고 있으니까 뭐. 할 수 있는 선에서 즐겁게 하면 우리는 즐겁게 방송하고 즐겁게 게임하면 되지 않을까요? 여기도 어김없이 휴지심. 아니 대체 왜 휴지심을 안 버리고 여기다 굴려놓는 거야? 화장실도 아니고 연구실에서 똥 싸다 만 것처럼. 이해를 할 수가 없네.
Project log. Dr. Victor
시제품.
Isa. We turned on the prototype.
주변의 중력장이 꺾이기
The
시작했다.
gravitational field around it began to fold as we long suspected.
예, 그랩 드라이브 만들면서 이제 중력장이 꺾인다.
Objects around the lab. I'm setting up a meeting with the directors to propose a larger test. The
Project log. Dr. Judith Tatian. I watched the gravjet tests from the moon today. It was the first time we were able
그랩
to
드라이브의
talk to the team at
부작용.
Nova Galactic directly. So many things were under wraps before, but now everyone wants all the publicity they can get. I'm already seeing proposals for
그랩
manufacturing
드라이브에는 과연
androids
어떤
of
부작용이
choice,
있었던 것인가?
expeditions to Alpha Centauri and beyond. It's also overwhelming and worrying. It could take years, decades, before we know what all these side effects of operating a grav drive can be. But no one wants to hear that right now. I like a bunch of pioneers racing towards the edges of the frontier without knowing about the grizzly bears in the mountains.
오 개조 올드 어설트 라이플. 아니 비디오 골동품 비디오 테이프라니. 설마. 그요 그와의 죄악은 아니 제외는 최악이었다. 여기 없잖아. 어디로 들어가야 돼 이거? 총fon구? 야 이거 왜 잠깐만. 야 그냥 이쪽으로 나가면 됐잖아. 아니네. 뭐야 이거. 아 이거구나. 이런 식이구나. 깜짝 놀랐네. 순간 비용신지당 한 거 한 줄 알고. 이 사람이 빅터 아이저 박사.
I never actually got to visit your labs back when we were working on the grav drive projects.
Seems like ancient history now. Only thing we're doing these days is launching weather satellites.
자, 요청에 따라 너희가 제공해준 데이터는 전체 물리학 연구팀이 상세 분석을 진행했다. 자, 이 중력파가 그래프 드라이브의 중력파가 자기권이 약해진다고. 그리고 태양풍으로부터 우리를 보호하는 능력이 약화된다. 그래서 지구가 작살난다. 그렇다. 뭐 그런 내용이네요.
The data coming back from these satellites is very clear. It's the grav drives.
50년 내로 지구의 자기권이 날아가서 대기가 날아가서 지구가 멸망한다.
Can the drives be fixed?
I'm working on some designs that should discreetly solve the problem, under the guise of an emergency update to the fueling pumps.
We're talking about the end of Earth.
지구를 희생해서 우주로 나가는 기술을 개발했다.
My
뭐
name
그런
is
느낌이네요.
Dr. Victor Isa. And if you're listening to this, then you probably already know the truth. I was young when I first headed the retrieval team of an odd gravitational anomaly on Mars. But I kept what really happened that day hidden from everyone except one other person. Even she didn't believe me at first. But I have no reason to lie to anyone now, so I hope you'll accept this.
삶을 짓거리 하지 말라고.
Whoever you are. When I touched the anomaly, I experienced 12 days of lost time. I met myself.
자신.
He told me everything that has
아,
since
또
come
다른
true.
스타 그거
The grav drive
만났구나.
equations, the tests on the moon, Earth's
스타본.
atmosphere sputtering away because of what we had done. But he also told me about a city thriving on a planet
그닥
orbiting
번영한 것
a
같진
distant
않은데
star.
생활 양식 자체는
Human
사실
culture, art, music, lifestyles evolving and
완전 이상한
shining
목장 입고
brightly
춤추고
across
지랄이던데.
all of space. What price would I be willing to pay for that future? Maybe you don't believe me. Maybe Judith was right and I'm just a coward who wants to believe his mistakes were justified. But everyone has forgotten about the real origins of the grav drive, this artifact from Mars. I hope you make better use of it than I did.
그렇네. 그렇다네. 그랬다네. 여기 또 다른 아티팩트가 있습니다. 요. 아티팩트 PS.
Arrived on the surface of Earth. We need to discuss what you found. And it looks like other Starborn got here before us. So, you might have company.
스타본하고 마주쳐. 아, 이 새끼들 왔네. 티앗!
Infinity closes on you.
아이고 씨.
You struggle.
어차피 스타본 못 잡을 거 아니야. 지금 그걸로 잡을 수 있니? 잡을 수 있니? 나와 이씨. 야 그렇게 싸우면 잘해? 나도 잘해. 나도 할 만큼 한다. 싸우. 스타본이고 나발이고 지랄이고. 내가 조질 거야, 쥐어뺄 거야, 존나 때릴 거야. 나도 총 있어. 아 이게 원래 나가는 길에서 뒤쪽으로 나가라고 이렇게 만들어뒀구나. 그렇군. 이렇게 빠져나가는데 옥박새? 아유, 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 아유.
Do you understand now why I asked you to come here? The artifacts
지부와 맞바꾸는 대가로 우주 여행을 할 수 있게 됐다. 어떻게 보면 굉장히 비극인데.
An easy trade, honestly. Why have one world when you can have all the settled systems?
지구를 희생하면서까지 그랩 드라이브를 도입할 가치가 있었을까? 고향을 잃었는데.
Assuming we weren't going to lose it anyway. War,
근데
disease,
굳이 외계로 나가도 전쟁, 질병, 굶주림은 항상 존재하잖아. 뭐 물론 이제 지구 하나 터지는 것보다야 훨씬 다른 곳에 전반적으로 살아있으니까 그건 있겠지. 살아남을 확률은 더 높았겠지.
You see the hypocrisy in what the emissary is saying, right? They don't want to rob people of their free will, but then they steal the artifacts for themselves. In the wrong hands, the power of the artifacts can make anyone a tyrant. That's why we watch over them. The only thing you're watching out for is yourself.
에밀리 말대로 유물을 올바른 사람이 사용해야 한다.
Join me, old friend. We can collect the final pieces together. Oh, no, you don't. You're not his old friend, remember? You're from another universe. Don't try to manipulate him. Okay. I couldn't win you over on philosophy. How about pragmatism? I'm more powerful than the emissary, than any other starborn. And you might not understand why, but I want you to succeed. You've never gotten this far before. I need to see what happens to you.
너는 에밀리에게 붙는다.
Thank you. Well, can't say I didn't try. We'll settle this at the usual place.
The buried temple. We'll be there.
You're lucky I'm a man of my word. I'll see you there.
Stay for a moment. You must have questions about what happens next. We won't be able to go to the buried temple right away. There are still other
회수되지 않은
artifacts
유물들이
out there
꽤
in the
있지.
settled systems that haven't been gathered. You'll need to work with your colleagues in Constellation to find them.
묻힌 성당이는?
There's always a final artifact in a specific temple. Hunter and I agreed that whoever you sighted,
마지막 유물은
the other
항상
would wait there. Expect anything and everything. Other starborn, human mercenaries and defenses, alien creatures under mind control. It's all fair game.
함께 가주지 않을래요?
I'll meet you in orbit above the buried temple. We'll face what's there together. All of the other artifacts need to be gathered before the final one will reveal itself. I'll be bringing mine, the hunter will be bringing his, and you'll need to bring the rest. All of the ones Constellation can find.
기다리지 말고 지금 당장 사냥꾼을 공격하지 않겠습니까?
He and I made a number of agreements over the years, if you can even
몇
call
년?
them years at this point. We let him go. In exchange, he'll wait at the buried temple. You'll be able to prepare any way you can before then.
순식간에 31레벨이 돼버렸어. 스킬 포인트가 4개가 돼버렸어. 스텔스. 자, 블라디미르한테 가자.
Mateo told us about your...
You found it, didn't you? The meaning of unity.
그것은 다중우주의 중심이다. 우리는 그곳으로 가는 길을 만들고 있다.
Wait, say that again? Multiple universes?
You can't possibly mean what I think you mean.
Let's take a step back. This is everything we've been building towards, and the implications are a lot to take in. Could you explain the part about multiple universes one more time for everyone?
Yes, I wouldn't mind a little more detail.
또 다른 버전의 베러스를 만났어. 유니티가 스타본을 만들었고 스타본은 다른 우주로 갈 수 있다고 한다.
And that's why the Starborn want the artifacts so desperately. They're the keys to unlocking the infinite.
I don't even want to think about the physiological changes you'd need to travel between universes.
Plus what it would do to the mind? Enlightenment? Or oblivion? Like the hunter.
You have the opportunity to reach the closest thing to your god that might exist. And you're second-guessing it?
One doesn't approach the afterlife without some trepidation.
그것이 사명이다. 미지의 세계에 발을 내딛는 것이.
You're right. We have to see the unity for ourselves.
I know this has been a lot for everyone to take in, but we finally have answers. Let's make the best of them.
Not to make a sharp turn in a grand tale, but I got the eye fixed up. Bruised, but still blinking. Let me know when you're ready to follow up on what it's seen. These last glimpses from the eye are from the farthest fringes of known space. Could be the only remaining pieces outside the hands of the Starborn.
고마워요, 블라디미르. 쫓아가자.
Catch a smile out there.
용화 물결표 용님 하이라는
아일적군님 181개월 구독 감사합니다.
81개월 이내요 100.
아까버려. 그런가요? 네, 100개월 가면 좋겠는데 요즘 봐가지고는 드디어 슬슬 또 새로운 한계가 한계에 부딪힌 것 같기도 하고.
Forgot to check the math on a few equations.
자, 또 다른 유물 성당이 있을까?
Forgetful. The eye's showing signs over another one of those big anomalies.
카리나 이원.
Your father visited.
Gave up
He
my
seemed
room in the
desperate.
lodge so Andreja had
Excited
show the
to
words
find you.
another time.
일단 이제 슬슬 메인 퀘스트는 다 해가는 것 같긴 한데 아무튼 버텨봅시다. 사이드 잡히면서도 한판 오래 못하겠지. 저기네. 저기구나. 뭐 예전부터 그랬지만 이제 진짜 종게임만 하는 방송들은 여러가지 이제 인방판의 변화에 의해서 힘든 것 같아. 몇 년이나 더 할 수 있을지 잘 모르겠어요. 그럴 때마다 또 이제 새로운 뭘 극복해 와긴 했는데 한 번씩 또 뭐가 터져가지고 극복되긴 했었는데 이번엔 진짜 모르겠어요. 또. 새로운 플랫폼으로 간다고 뭐가 바뀔 것 같지도 않고. 그냥 할 수 있는 대로 하다가 그냥 이제 조용히 잊혀지는 거. 신유 넣기 했으면 할 만큼 있지. 아프리카에서 그냥 뭐 중간에 저 이제 약도 먹고 이제 몇 년 개판 쳤습니다. 시청자 떨어져 나가는 건 당연한 거예요. 한번 떨어져 나간 시청자 요즘 세상으로 다시 여기 누가 몇 년 동안 찡찡대는 거 보고 있겠어. 봐준 사람들이 기적이지. 근데 또 게임 따라서 그냥 그때그때 좀 이제 올랐다 줄었다 하겠지. 근데 이게 뭐 새 능력을 얻어도 새 능력을 안 알려준다니까? 이제 미지의 성당 4개 남았다. 아니 스킨이란 곳이 찾아야 돼. 성계를 스킨 성계가 어딘지 모르겠어. 성당 이오타? 카리날이라고? 갔잖아 이미. 여기 간댄데. 지금이 여기잖아. 할 수가 없어. 나머지 걸 다 발굴하면 나오나? 난 루지한테 계속 하다 보면 뭐 다 오겠지 답이. 뭐든 알려주겠지. 사람 무지 헷갈리게 만들어요.
Do you have a new set of orders for me?
Spend so much time. Found one. Easy as.
문의부.
Wrong place, wrong time. Abandoned!
Yeah, right.
아유, 자연적인 5만원 후원 감사합니다. 저희 사리사욕 위해 아름답게 쓰도록 하겠습니다. 아무튼 이제 할 만큼 한 것 같긴 해. 진짜로. 사실 이제 뭐 제가 뭐 이제 텐션이 엄청 높아가지고 뭐 그렇게 이제 그런 것도 아니고, 그렇다고 이제 뭐 여러 스트리머들랑 끌어주고 당겨주고 뭐 이런 스타일도 아니었고, 결국 이제 크루든 팀이든 뭐 자주 방송하는 사람이든 여러 명에서 이제 서로 이제 뭐 누군가는 이제 그거 가지고 시청자 돌려먹기 뭐니 해도 결국 그런 데가 잘 돼. 어쩔 수가 없다. 그렇다고 컨텐츠가 이제 사람 유입이 많은 컨텐츠도 아니고 유튜브가 잘 되는 것도 아니고 할 만큼 한 것 같아요. 뭐 기회도 꽤 있었고 그랜드도 이제 결국 내가 못 살린 거니 뭐. 심지어 이제 요즘에 또 버튜버들이랑 파이 나눠 먹기가 돼가지고, 나 버튜버가 나쁘다는 게 아니고 그냥 그 트렌드가 바뀌었다는 거죠. 처음 보는 버튜버들이 나보다 시청자 수가 훨씬 많은, 십몇 년에 온다. 나만 그런 것도 아니고 주변에 보면 다 시청자 엄청 많이 갈렸어. 버튜버 때문이라기보다는 결국 이제 좀 게임하는 사람들은 어쩔 수가 없는 거예요.